Okay, we should now be live on both YouTube and Facebook. Hello, everybody. Okay, we should.
Gotta mute those.
Yeah, let me mute that YouTube. Hello, everybody. My son Jacob Frisk was in. He changes his name quite often. Hello, Hyper Potato. Hello, Mr. Garrell. Mike Ehring. Hello. There's Frisk. All right. So, hope everyone's having a good Friday. Although that was last Friday.
Jacob.
What I am attempting to do to help myself be more efficient and to be able to lower the price on some stuff for you all is to use a pre-sketched proportion page. As you can see, they're just all, profile and or full face with just the features on it, just so that I don't have to go through this process every time. So that's kind of the twist on this. Profiles will be $30 with $5 first class shipping. Full face will be $40 with $5 shipping first class. There's nothing I can do about postage. I know people are going to complain about it, but here's the situation. I should have got one from my box. The mailers that I use are quite thick. On top of that, your piece comes in with a 4-ply piece of backing board in a bag, which makes it thicker. The post office will not mail it as a flat for me anymore because I had a discussion with them the last time, and they're worried about, since they won't go through the automatic machine, that they could actually come back to me, which would cause, number one, you not to get your art on time, and number two, me to then have to go down and spend more money to send it back. So in light of that happening, this is where, like I said, I am not making money off of shipping. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't really go lower on my prices. I'm already rock bottom. Like everybody else, yes, I'm in a financial pinch. So I'm just trying to make rent here in my studio that I've been at for 4 years and extra money for my family, just like everyone else. So we're all in this together. So I have to somehow figure out how to make something affordable a little easier on me so that I can offer it to you. So I hope everybody understands that. I do have, excuse me. I do have if I can find it, where did it go? Ron, where'd you put it?
I probably hit it.
Well, now I can't find it. I brought it in this morning. I put it up here. Boy, I'm telling you, it's been a fast-paced day so far.
I see Sean's following us on Facebook. Hey, Sean.
All right, hey Sean. I figured I'm gonna try this. Oh, here it is. All right.
Steven Martinez on Facebook.
Whoa, that's my old buddy Steve from way back from the Cartoon Museum in Orlando. Personal friend, actually. Actually know him. Okay, so I do have this profile of Nightcrawler. These are all 6x8, and this one's available. If somebody wants to call dibs on it for $35, Ron will see it in the chat, and you can get this mailed right out to you. Monday is probably going to be my next mailing day. So anyway, that's it. We'll come back to this later if people come in and don't know about it. If no one's interested in a night crawler now, I got you. Hey, he was one of those characters I just did. Hadn't done him before. Figured I'd give it a try. That's right. There's Ray Dog. What up? What up? What up? So, first on my list, somebody actually jumped the gun. Hey, Barbarian Kung Fu. Thanks for the tip on my shipping. A man thing. Okay, Ron, are you seeing that? Ron, are you there? Ron has muted his mic. He might have had to take a call.
Yes, I did, and I'm back.
Okay.
Thank you. I saw that. It's a great pick.
So, like I said, I'm just going to use a slight template that I drew out so I can sketch my proportions a little faster and hopefully move the process along faster. I don't know if it's going to help me out or not, but I'm going to try it. So let's see what we get. The first one is a big Barta for, what was that guy's name? Ron Hunter?
He's in the chat.
Is Hunter in the chat?
Mm-hmm. On
Hey,
YouTube.
Hunter. All right. So I decided on Big Barta. I'm not the new Batman, Batwoman, Batgirl, whoever that you mentioned to me. I only found out about her yesterday through my buddy Sean Risley, who is watching on Facebook, because I asked him about the Dark Knight Returns. So I'm not so familiar with her to feel comfortable right out of the gate doing her. Big Barta I've done a couple of times, and I like Jack Kirby's work. So let's go with her. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, and Ron can relay them to me. Because I'm
sure will.
I'm trying to kind of stay on the task of drawing. My son Jacob is probably in the room. His name will be Frisk. You all can feel comfort. You can have comfort knowing he's in the room protecting us.
Well, Barbarian Kung Fu said you had passed on Man Thing before, but he'd love to get one to go with his Howard the Duck.
Oh, well, that may have been just because I ran out of time.
So you are game for that?
I guess I am.
All right, Barbarian, just send me an email. ALD Collects is in. He says, "Hey, John and everyone."
Hey, ALD, how you doing?
AG is here. Afternoon, everyone.
AG, how you doing?
Genome is here. He says, hello, all.
Genome.
And Ken Carson, afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Ken. All right. So I also decided, and I had spoken with Sean about this, about Facebook. I know a lot of people are doing the Facebook stream. I've avoided it because I just don't like Facebook, but maybe right now it's a better time for Facebook. So that's why I decided to add it instead of Twitter into the stream, was to maybe try to get some of my audience that follows me on Facebook to watch a stream and maybe even come over to YouTube and hit me with a subscription. And if you don't, that's okay too. But it's always appreciated. Okay, so Big Barda has an interesting headdress, that's for sure. I really need to find my circle template, but I don't think I'm gonna. Where? Come on, it's bright and it's blue. The one Jared stole from me was bright and green. Oh.
Well, Ken Carson says he watches a lot of artists on Facebook.
Yeah, like I said, I've noticed since.
Well, there has been an uptick.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I've noticed since this COVID-19 has started that a lot of people have went to Facebook because I don't think they had a YouTube channel set up. And like I said, I particularly don't like YouTube due to all the advertisements and stuff like that. Yeah, I would do that, Ron.
Okay. All right, Mike, we're good. Check your email.
Ron, today, did you remind him of your email?
I did a couple times in the chat.
Oh, okay.
ALD says he stopped going on Facebook.
Yeah, I check it like once a day, early in the morning, and maybe again at night. But other than that, I don't really like to go on it.
Well, Hyper Potato is here. He says, and I'm going to mess up this name, Aaron Lopresti says
Yeah.
he gets better response on Facebook.
No, you got it right. It's Aaron Lopresti.
All right. Mike Aaron, pretty much the only reason I'm still on Facebook is because of comics and art. He doesn't do much else on there.
I try not to, but sometimes somebody will catch me at a weird hour and want to strike up a conversation, and I'm really not into a lot of texting and messaging. I'd rather have a conversation. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. And it's just the nature of, like I said, it's I can zip by a bunch of nonsense. It's more the ad stuff that just kills me.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Barbarian Kung Fu says, his wife lives on it, but he personally avoids it like the plague.
Okay, so I'm not alone. I don't feel so bad.
Avoiding it like the plague. Too soon.
Yeah. Okay. So far, this probably has not sped me up. But okay, so there is a payment from Michael Airing. So you can, Ron, if you're working the spreadsheet.
I am, and I've added them to it.
Okay. I do have a spreadsheet. Hopefully, I'm going to get to as many of these today as I can. As I said, this was also an attempt to try to speed me up. We'll see how that works out. I've tried a lot of things, and so far nothing seems to have worked. But I figure if I don't have to reinvent the wheel for my proportions of my characters, that should help. So we'll see. We'll see if this is my first time doing it, so it's still a little foreign to me. Eventually, there might come a time where I offer. It would be like the Neil Adams model, where you do a profile drawing and you reproduce it over and over and over. And it's basically the same drawing. It's an original piece of work as far as the inking, but the pose is the same, and it's characters that Neil is extremely famous for. And it's also the cheapest way to get into a Neil Adams original. As far as I know, there's no lesser degree of purchasing a piece of original Neil Adams art. And when he's on Facebook now, he normally charges $300 for them at shows. He's doing them on his live stream now for $200. Which, if you think about it, $100 that's a good discount, right, Ron?
Correct. Well, Mike Airing says he just got his 11-year-old nephew into reading comics, and this is going to be his first piece of art.
Who did now?
Mike.
Oh,
He's getting the Iron Man for his nephew, I believe. His first piece of art.
well, good for him. And what is he going to get now? What was the
Iron Man?
Any particular? Is it the classic Iron Man? Don't tell me it's the one with the nose.
We'll see what he says in chat. He didn't specify that. Genome said, anyone who can do a Jim Shooter impression, yell at John to get him to speed up.
Oh, that won't do it. Been there, done that. Have the T-shirt.
Barbarian Kung Fu says, I always like sketching on my light table. It just seems to make shading easier and definitely made inking easier.
Well, I wish I could say the same, but
he also says that Neil charges more for his signature than you do for actual art. So for him, it's a no-brainer. He'll get something from you every time.
Well, thank you. I love Neil. Neil's a great guy. He's always been polite to me, and Neil's business is his business. I'm just saying, I think he's got a good idea to be able to buy into an original at for a Neil Adams at an affordable price. However, you have to know going in, it's not going to be a one of a kind. And like I said, I may start that model if it makes sense to you all. I would do that. That's why I'm doing my quick proportional layouts so I don't have to start that all over again. That's, always something that needs to be done. And so if I can cheat any amount of time, I'm up for that. So, all right, now, Ron, where's my French curve? That I have.
It's with your French ladies.
Yes, indeed. My circle template. I should have made a point of finding that before I started, but I'm a pretty good freehand drawer.
Drawer?
Yeah.
You draw real pretty.
I draw pretty. I'm looking. I'm trying to think real quick.
Well, while you think, Mike said anything that you feel like doing for Iron Man. Nothing specific. Just
okay.
Iron Man.
That's good. I'll probably just stick with the classic Jack Kirby Iron Man. I think it works. I never cared for the one with the nose. I mean, I get it. It kind of has to be there in a sense, but it just looks so goofy when they brought that thing out.
Well, formerly Rod Line says templates like your face proportion drawing stuff is used all the time in video game industry. It's shortcuts to speed up the process.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely know. I just know there's people that in the comic book collecting community that it's a different crowd, different audience. So that's what I deal with. It's the same thing as when you offer a full figure, and I'm going to use Ron's favorite character, Storm. So Ron's not like this though. Ron gets it. So you're doing a full figure of Storm, and you get the whole figure in, nice big figure of Storm, beautifully rendered, and you don't get to see all her cape. Some of it flows off the 11 by 17 paper or whatever.
Her elbow went off the page.
Well, not that. Even the cape. Hey, her. Now the kidney lady's texting me. Of course. I will have to. Now watch. I'm going to tell her I'm streaming. And she will probably text back, oh, okay. And I'm like, I don't need to.
Poor Anne.
I don't need Anne to text me back. But she probably will.
Well, formerly Rod says Bob Layton's Iron Man is the Iron Man style he thinks of when he thinks of the character.
I'll tell you what. For the money, and it's not outrageous, if you get the chance to get Bob Layton to do an Iron Man sketch for you at a convention, and you're an Iron Man fan, that's the guy to go to.
Mm-hmm.
He
nice
literally,
Nice guy too.
Yeah, he has got it down to a science. I mean, he, no shortcuts. He's done it so often. It's like, it's beautiful. It's like he really gets the shine. They turn out nice. He does have his whole set of templates, including circles and a French curve and stuff, which I wish I was having right now because I got some circles coming up on this big Barta. But, hey. I was never a Boy Scout, so I never learned to be prepared.
Oh. Well, Superpower Review says, hey, John. Mike Ehring says, he did that. Layton did an Iron Man on a new Avengers jam for him.
And I bet it looked great.
ALD Collect says Bob's Iron Man is really good.
Yep.
Mr. Gurel's here and asked Barbarian to buy him one.
Yes, do that.
Superpower Review says, been able to practice
Hey,
some
Kevin.
drawing during this quarantine, working on a big Venom piece.
Hey, for those of you interested, you like that dramatic pause?
Yeah, I'm on the seat of
Your britches?
yeah,
Of your underwear?
I'm a boxers.
Okay. Well, that's the same thing, underwear. I didn't say tighty whities. I think I'm gonna start my ink course. The first 3 or 4 lessons are gonna be very basic and they're gonna be free, but it's gonna give you an idea of, and it's also gonna help me cover a few things like how I need to run it. And I am really needing a circle template. So indulge me for just a couple of seconds. I'm going to take one quick look. If I can't find it, I'll be back. Ron, can you entertain the troops?
I will show them my juggling trick. Now, if Jared was here, he'd tell you to use a plate.
I don't have a plate that small. Like I said, I don't mind freehanding them. If Sean is still on YouTube, or I mean on
Facebook,
he's probably dying saying, John, you don't need to make everything perfect. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. And he's right. It doesn't have to be for the price. But it's a little bit of my OCD. Can you still hear me okay, Ron?
What? Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Well, ALD said that you made him a Wicked Iron Man a few weeks ago.
Yes, I did. Let's see. I am not having any luck seeing it just out and about. And that probably means it's under layers of something for some reason. Oh, wait a minute. That's tape. I saw something blue. How do you lose it?
Says Iron Man with a nose is like Thor carrying a rolling pin. It just doesn't belong.
You know, he's probably right. Okay, so Kidney Lady did not text me back. Must be my lucky day.
Must be.
All right, let me see the chat. I think you've been doing a good job.
Well, Mike said use a nickel.
No, it's the nickel's too big.
And you have a pocket full of nickels.
Okay, so by the way, if you are watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, how about a thumbs up, a like, and a subscription? It's up to you. Just an ask. There's no charge. You don't ever have to come back if you don't want to. But I do appreciate it. Just killing time. Trying to find.
Well, ALD says he just watched some other videos you did. He noticed you went to a show at the Venus, grew up right down the road from there.
At the where?
Venus.
The Venus. I don't know what the Venus is. Let me see. Who said that? I'm trying to find it in the comments.
ALD Collects. It's on YouTube at 2:30 mark. Stephanie Bagley's in on Facebook. Says, howdy, John.
Hello, how are you? I'm doing okay. That's Steven, not Stephanie. That's what threw me. When you said Stephanie, I'm like, I know Steven. I didn't know his wife was named. Notice you went to a show at the Venus. Oh, was that in Las Vegas?
They're also suggesting you could use a penny.
And it's still too small.
Barbarian Kung Fu says, is the kidney lady reference from Howard the Duck 5?
Yes, and it's also I did this drawing of the kidney lady, and I made the joke that it looked like my older sister. And it's stuck since around 2010 or 11. So yeah, it's an old joke, but I enjoy it. And she's used to it now too. She just she runs with it, I think, because she's got no other choice.
Yeah. I don't think that was the venue, Genome. Mr. Gorell says these are great videos. I'll watch them every time.
You know what I'm going to try to do is, from what I understand, Adobe Rush now has a time lapse. So once I get a chance to look into that, I want to take these when I do multiple ones and just take the one character and make it into about a 2 or 3 minute video. I think that'd be a lot of fun for the people that don't really want to sit for 4 or 5 hours while I do these, but they kind of have a good time watching them. And then reload them up on YouTube and have like a secondary video attached to the main one. But it would just be like, hey, time lapse, Big Barda. Boom. So you get to see me. And I would cut out like where I'm looking for a template and stuff. No need to even time lapse that. I would just go in and edit that footage.
Barbarian says his daughter does time-lapse videos. They're super cool. Go check them out if you'd like. Her channel is Garbage Ham Sandwich. It sounds delicious. She does digital art.
Well, these days I've got a bunch of stuff that I have earmarked to watch that Ron knows about, and I haven't even had a chance to get to it because I have been trying to, probably like everyone else, trying to hustle. These last few weeks have been very odd, to say the least. It seems like the day will start out extremely slow, and before I know it, it's like 6, 7 o'clock or something like, how did it get that late? And even though I've been, I've been staying up later than I normally do, which means I'm not getting up at 4. I'm usually, sometimes I have, but I might go back to bed, which is kind of unusual for me. I usually have to stay up for about an hour and then I can go back, but yeah, kind of bizarre. So
Well, Genome says we need a JB Enchantress. Do Asgard proud, my friend.
well, that could be done. As Neil would say, that could be done. Hey, we can do it. Although Neil can draw anything I can't, so, and that's the truth. I'm not throwing shade Neil's way, but he did a Rob Zombie for a guy. Did you see that, Ron?
No.
Yeah. So now he has a Rod Zombie in his collection, but I don't know how many people are gonna request another Rod Zombie. I think the one guy
Rob.
that got it, huh?
Rob.
Yeah, that's what I said. Rob Zombie, right?
Yep.
Did
Wonder
you
if
see?
it was more human than human.
Oh, Neil was like, he was having fun with it. He's like, here's a handsome guy. I was like, come on, Neil. You know, that Neil was a good looking young guy, wasn't he?
I have no idea.
You never saw the young pictures of him?
Nope.
My son Jacob and him have tickle fights. They have a great time. Neil is very, very good with kids. He takes the time. He takes a lot of time actually, and he'll talk to kids. I've seen him do it before. It's amazing, when you're working on something based on a Kirby design, you're like, okay, now I'm going back this way. But I think Jack just threw stuff down and it worked. And I'm sitting here like, how does this work? It's like, it's like, I don't know if Kirby ever figured out Galactus. He kind of just drew him a little bit different every time, or at least it appears that way. But he made it work. Oh, I hear the cleaning lady here. It's Friday. She's got the what's the name of that really good vacuum, Ron?
I don't know. Hoover, Kirby, I don't
No.
know.
The one that is really cleans, and it's like it doesn't let anything escape back into the atmosphere. It's a very safe. Oh, come on, man! I thought you were here one time, and she was doing that, and it's kind of like the HEPA vac, but
Yeah, everyone's guessing Dyson.
no, it's commercial. Dyson might make a commercial vac, but this is that one that really, I think HEPA is the right word I'm looking for. Basically, whatever goes in the vacuum, it stays in there. So you're not like repolluting the air or the carpet. Maybe that's just called a good vacuum.
Yeah, I don't know. Jeff Young's in on Facebook, says, "Hi, John."
Hey, Jeff. Welcome.
Stephen Bagley's saying Hoover.
Nah, this is like commercial grade stuff.
Jeff Young comes in with Kirby. Genome said Kirby. Yeah, you don't have a vacuum crowd here, buddy. We don't know.
Well, but I thought with your line of work, you might know, like,
I don't know what housekeeping does.
Yeah, but I thought you might know, like, well, this vacuum works this way to keep, like, the spread of all these filthy germs and dust and.
Nope.
Well, okay. I should ask her in and ask her to explain it.
Bring her on the stream. Formerly Rod Line wants to know if you're at your studio and can you still go there?
Yes, I am, and yes, I do. That's why I'm telling you, the Florida lockdown, whatever, quarantine, what are they calling it, Ron? Stay at home or whatever?
I don't know.
It's nonsense. There's no enforcement of anything. It was basically people wanted to go to the beach. They didn't want people on the beach. The first day they enforced it, 70 people got citations. They complained that they'd been exercising on the beach for 8 years, 10 years, 15 years or something. And the next day it was like, okay, as long as you're on the beach walking or moving, you can go to the beach. Other than that, stuff is, the normal stuff like restaurants, department stores, malls, that's all closed. But I don't know if that's by choice or what, because Michael's craft store is open. There's a Joann's Fabric that is open. The office supply stores are open. Grocery stores, of course, are open, although with reduced hours. And they did at least finally start limiting the amount of people that could go into most of them. I haven't been in one yet where I've had to wait, where they've been at capacity. So I'm thankful for that. Because that would not be fun for me at all.
Well, Stephen Bagley says, vacuums suck, but your art never does.
Thank you, Stephen. And nice pun. And
Jeff Young was agreeing that when you were explaining what a HEPA filter does, he said, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, see? It's like this heavy-duty commercial vacuum that, like, it's clean.
Genome's mentioning his vacuum. It's a rainbow. They have a rainbow vac, and it has a water reservoir to catch all the dust.
You know what? I know about the rainbow vacs. And I know that, I don't know if Genome got his this way, but they used to come out to your house.
Door to door. Door to door.
Sort of. You had to get an appointment, and they would come out and demonstrate how good it was. And they really sold it on that water type thing. And it's an expensive vacuum. Make no doubt about it. Whoa, wait a minute. Let me see something here. Let me read this email if it's... Okay, this could be true or it may not be true. San Diego Comic-Con 2020 is canceled. This is from the comic art list that I'm part of. It says this info will more widely publish. Well, I guess he missed something. Will more widely publicized soon, but exhibitors received an email notice of cancellation today. I won't give the person's name.
Yeah.
So that's what we would call huge.
Yeah, it's big. Formerly Rod says his Michaels is closed, same as Hobby Lobby, not even curbside pickup. They're actually enforcing
Wow.
stay at home up there.
See, I wanted to get just a couple of pencils, and I called to see if they were open, and I really did. I got a recording that said, please visit our online store. And, that was basically it.
Yeah, Stephen Bagley says that's what he's hearing as well. No San Diego Comic-Con. And Eldon Cooper's in on Facebook, says, hi, guys.
Eldon, how you doing? Welcome. So San Diego has not been something I've been a part of since the first time I went in 1984. But just the cancellation of it shows you that is, and somebody will have the dates. I believe it's in August. First weekend of August, I want to say, or somewhere, maybe second weekend of August or second week. It's a long show. So that's showing you the reach.
Well, Eldon says, good. It's been a while.
Indeed. Indeed. I sounded like someone from Star Trek or something.
Jeff Young says all the mask making materials are sold out.
All the what?
All the mask making material, the fabric to make
Oh,
masks.
No. That's what I was saying is we have a Joanne fabric now. That Ron was on the phone with me when I was at Michael's picking up some pencils. And the lady that was kind of beside me was talking to the cashier and said that the Joann's fabric right down the street, about less than half a mile, was like an apocalypse going on, that there was so many people there. And that was my hunch, is that they were buying fabric for mask making. And I just got back from CVS Pharmacy for some Tylenol, just for pain, mind you. It's just to kind of nip a little backache I was beginning to get. And when I went to the counter to pay, the two girls behind the register were wearing masks, and they were talking to themselves. And she said, all the customers that, I was still trying to get myself prepared with my purchase. So they were having this conversation, and I overheard the one girl say, all the customers that come in are really aggravated that we're wearing masks and we're not selling them. And I said, yeah, what's up with that? She goes, I don't know. I was like, don't flaunt your mask in front of me. And then they're behind the big plexiglass stuff, and they're scanning stuff like far away.
Yeah, gotta.
Yeah, well, it's kind of humorous because she couldn't get the barcode on the thing, and so she finally had to reach and touch it. That's when I told her about my trip to China.
I just got back.
You
I
know,
went to the greatest little meat market in Wuhan.
I just got back. I just got back right before all this blew up. Man, am I lucky. That'd have been funny if I'd have said that, but I don't want to go to jail or get called by,
Yes, yes.
So
Well, Jacob says you're frozen, that you're frozen on his screen, but you've not frozen with myself or the rest of the chat. So maybe it's the internet at home.
It could be. Our internet, for some reason, has been really horrible.
Yeah,
Jacob?
I dropped out once.
Huh?
I said I dropped out once today.
Did you? Well, yeah, that was earlier, though.
Yeah. C Woodard 19 says, "Hey yo."
Hey, what's up, C Woodard? Been a while. Welcome. He's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Gehring said you did freeze for like 5 seconds, but Jacob says you're unfrozen.
All right. Thanks for unfreezing me, Jacob. For those of you that don't know, Jacob is my son. I mentioned it earlier, but it's been a while. And as much as he would love to come in and stream with me, the whole COPA thing makes it so I can't even have my son on my stream, because then it would be considered, oh, you have kids on there and the whole COPA thing. The COPA. Well, I better not even do that, right? No
You
singing.
can sing. It's a cover. People do covers and singing and playing acoustic guitars all the time on YouTube of famous songs.
I always wonder about that. And they also have the karaoke channels.
Yeah. Billy, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll let Jared do the singing and see,
The rapping?
No, just him singing Prince songs or something.
Well, Billy says it's looking good.
Thank you, Bill.
And Shannon Mashburn's here. Not seen him in a while. He says, "Hey, John."
Long time.
Genome is pressuring me hardcore to sing. Can't do it. Don't want to shut this down. Mr. Gorell says he's getting itchy. $45, you say? Wow, what a deal. Yes, it is. $35 if you just want a profile.
And if you like Nightcrawler, I have one sitting right here that's actually quite nice. If anybody would like to see it, just let Ron know. And I will be happy to show my Nightcrawler. Ron, do you like to show your Nightcrawler?
Not to you.
Do you plead the fifth?
Not going around public doing that, sir. This is a kid-friendly channel.
I know. No, it's not. I had to mark my channel, not... No, I did.
Genome says, get ready, YouTube. John is about to show his Nightcrawler to the public.
That's right. I had to... It's not kid-friendly.
AG says it's a very nice piece already that you're working on.
Thank you. Let's see. Looks like Kirby even put like her eyebrows are here. And they come out, but there's a little bit of cast shadow from this top headdress. So we'll throw that in. Is Hyper Tater still in here? Have you seen him?
I have not seen him since before the show started.
I was just going to say, this is reminiscent of the one night I did the sketches and he hit me with a Sergeant Rock, one of my other characters that I feel is, you know, hard to compete, of course, against Joe Kubert. So
Yeah. Well, look at this. Barbarian says, I'll buy you one, Mr. G. Just pick what you want. I'll go ahead and pay. That's very nice of you, Barbarian.
I'm trying to make sense of what you sent me, Ron. I understand the one part.
The second part was choices that they
And
opt for. There was 3 there.
you know, I haven't done a Batman Beyond.
All right.
I've done the other ones.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, that's the kind of Batman in the future animated.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's kind of interesting. I like that. Never have done one. That will definitely be a first.
All right. Well, he is watching, so that's confirmation.
All right.
I'm sending you an email back.
Hello, Chris. I do appreciate your undying support.
AG says, dang, Barbarian's buying up the bar. Very nice.
Oh, did he do one for Mr. Gorell?
I don't know. I think they're still arm
Patching
wrestling
it.
over it.
Yeah. Okay.
They seem like the kind of guys that would arm wrestle for something. So how you liking that pen?
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, this is the one I use all the time.
I know that. What are you using?
A Kuretake dual point. It's got a thinner point on one side, and you open up the other side, and it's got a thicker point. So that you can continue to work without having to change nibs or pins. And it's very flexible, but it's also stiff at the same time. It's what I did my Nightcrawler with. Flexible yet stiff.
Barbarian, in typical barbarian fashion, he would never let me buy him anything, so I'll just have to force it on him. So how about a face forward Doctor Strange?
Oh, that would be cool.
All right, Barbarian. You got it. Now, do you want us to send it to you or send it to Mr. G? If you want it to go to him directly, just shoot us his details.
Always send your address, regardless, whichever.
Yeah. Well, Hunter says Doctor Strange would be rad to see. He nearly asked for that, and Mike Airing was as well. He was considering Doctor Strange, so he wants to see how this is going to turn out.
Well, if you got to about 11 o'clock tonight, wow, this has been over an hour. I make things hard.
Yep. But it looks nice.
Well, that counts for something. Right?
That is correct.
All right. So, into my bag of tricks. Let's see if this is ready to go. I believe it is.
Mike Airing says it's been over an hour, but much of that time you spent looking for a circle.
That's true.
That is so true. Kaz is here. He says, Happy Friday. Howdy, y'all.
Dr. Kaz. Welcome to you, sir.
Formerly Rod Lyons says, in terms of payment, do you accept gift cards, American Express, toilet paper?
Don't use toilet paper. So I don't have that problem. Reason being is I have a bidet on my toilet and I have wet wipes, which I prefer. And I had those stocked up before all this nonsense. And if worse comes to worse, I will. I have paper towels for the kitchen. You know, it's just like the stuff you got to stop and you know, in a gas station or a cheap restaurant. And it's about the same, right? You know, it is what it is.
Well, Kaz wants to know about a Miss Galactus.
Miss Galactus. Miss Galactus. He's stretching my imagination. That's interesting. I'm thinking about it. If I don't pick up speed somewhere, boy, a circle template. My kingdom for a circle template, because I got Iron Man coming up. I'll just do like Eric Canetti. You know, he free-handed everything. Looked good, right?
Yep.
Female Galactus. Interesting choice. I say for Dr. Kaz, I would do it for him. I don't know if I would get to it tonight. That's the only problem. I could. I don't know. Ron, are you going to be available until when?
Well, let's see how this goes. I'm just gonna have to take breaks on my own. I'll report you to HR. Oh wait, you are HR. God.
I just need to know if I got someone to hang with me.
Yes, I'm hanging.
That has my inner workings on their desktop, so to speak. That didn't sound right, my inner workings on their desktop, but you know, my sheet that I'm working off of. How do those guys do this stuff in like 15 minutes or less? Anyone? Bueller? Uh-oh. That was a Chad thing.
That was a Chad. I have Chad already on the list for an extra spot.
It's just a matter of what?
I got him on the spreadsheet already for 2 spots with the Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is 1?
His was Man-Thing and Doctor Strange is 2.
Oh.
So Hunter has a question.
Okay.
He's seen some of your inked pages over Jim Aparo pencils for an unpublished detective inventory story on eBay. Any memories of those or Jim that you can share? He really likes your style with that.
You know, that was one of those things where I don't even think I finished it. It was just an inventory story, and I really don't care for the work I did on it. I was trying to be experimental when I probably shouldn't have been, since it was the only time I did ink Aparo. But I know there's been a few people that have contacted me to ask me about that job, and I don't think it was ever printed. I don't know whatever became of it. So that's really all I know is, like I said, I don't even think I finished it. I don't know if anyone actually finished it. And as far as I know, it was never printed. So that is really as much as I know about it. So hopefully that answered the question Yeah, because that's all I know, really. I mean, I had totally forgotten about the job until somebody got in touch with me and just wanted me to verify that it, I had this stamp that basically said inked by John Beatty because there was Terry Beatty, and we were kind of sometimes getting pages from each other. So I just decided I would have a stamp made. And that way, if I did a job and it wasn't a whole job, if I did something in an annual 5 or 6 pages that, you know, artwork returns could look at the back and go, oh, John Beatty. Okay, that's easy. We'll get his share of pages out to him.
Well, he says thanks. Someone's been selling them 1 page at a time.
Well, okay. So what's been the average price on those? I'd be interested to know. Because that was God, that was sometime in the 90s. Like I said, I don't even remember much about that. I'm just curious as to, what those might be bringing. I don't imagine a lot, but I could be wrong.
No, he's looking into it.
Okay. Take a beverage break. Now, Ron, what I found out about StreamYard is it will continue to stream after 4 hours. It just won't record. So just FYI, which is fine. I mean, you did tell me we could stream from 2 o'clock till whenever.
Mm-hmm. Formerly Rod wants to know if you've ever thought of creating some digital inking brushes for various programs. He's sure some people would be interested in them.
No, because I don't know how to create one. And I think there's enough out there, enough digital brushes out there for anything you need, to tell the truth.
There's a Robin centric page that sold for $176. He's gonna email me a screenshot.
$176.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems about right. I was going to say 100 to 200. Okay, so how many of these have I got lined up? After this, Ron?
After that one, it looks like you should have 4 more.
Okay.
Yes.
Man, I keep getting. Okay. You know, this is the second day in a row around this time I've heard like, sounds like someone's drilling something. Can you hear that?
Mhm.
I have no
So
idea. Yeah.
you still taking some orders?
Well, yeah. I mean, they just
Yes.
may not, just, you know, they may not get done today, but they will get done. You know, this is like I said, this is a test just to so far, and it may just be the detail of the costume and the work I'm putting into it. I'm literally, guys, girls, I'm trying to keep these more simple, but I don't think I can. So even starting out with like a pre-drawn proportion head that I did, it hasn't sped me up. So that's my fault. But, you know, I understand the way things are now. Believe me, I'm in the same boat, money wise, financial wise. Yeah, I've seen it. I've already seen that. Somebody sent that to me to ask me if that was my inking because it's not my normal. Wasn't my normal approach. The paper. Now here's a interesting thing.
Looks like a lot of
Marvel.
fabric.
What?
The paper looks like a lot of fabric in it.
Well, here's the deal. Marvel and DC used to, when they printed paper, they would print because some pencilers liked a little more rough paper
Mm-hmm.
and some like smooth. And so they would print both types. And I guess Aparo really liked the rougher tooth paper. So I'm working on a mixed media Strathmore, but my own preference is the vellum, which is it's in between smooth and rough. It's got a little bit of tooth, but not a lot. Kind of exactly like what I'm working on now. And but that I remember being extremely, I mean, like really toothy, like almost croquill paper, if I may be so bold. So yeah, it's the great thing is I don't know about DC because I never did, but Marvel, they had a drawer with all their Bristol in it, and you literally could just go up to the, you know, you didn't have to ask anyone. You could just go to the drawer that had the Bristol in it and grab you a half an inch and put it in your portfolio and go. DC, I think, was a little more stingy in the fact that they would send the penciler, like if it was a 22-page book, the penciler would get like 23 pages mailed to them. So you had like a page to make an error on, I guess, or to mess up. And I guess if you needed more, you had to humbly go back and go, I messed up 2 pages. But yeah, that Marvel drawer was open, and at one time I had over time, I had about 1.5 inch stack of really good 80s Marvel paper. I mean, it was really good paper. It was really nice. And I can even tell you, if you're interested, what happened to it.
I don't think anybody will stop you if you tell us a story.
All right. So if you remember the Terminator, I think it was a 3-part that I did with Jackson Geis for Dark Horse. He did that on some of the cheapest Bristol board, probably craft store quality that he had, but that's all he had at the time. Another insight to that job. It was so bad, I could not use my brush or pen or anything, because if I used a brush, it was too absorbent. It would just like spider everywhere. It would bleed out really bad. If I used a pen, it would just pick the fiber right up. So he had already, he had the 3-part thing done. And then we were tagged, and we were going to do that Deadliest of Species 12-part Predator Alien book. I think I wound up inking the first one and then bailed on it because it was not working out. But I had asked him about the paper, and it turned out that's exactly what he had, was just some, like, I don't know, maybe at the time it was Michael's brand or whatever. He actually lived on a farm somewhere up in the Gainesville area, Ron. And I was in Orlando. So I told him, I said, "Hey Jackson, I don't know how many pages it is, but since we're going to be working on this thing, and that paper you have is like the worst I've ever worked on," I said, "I'm going to FedEx you this box of paper so that, I'll have something nice to work on." And so I did the first issue, and then the second one fell through, and we wound up, both of us, abandoning the project. And that went my whole stash of paper. So kind of sad, but what are you going to do? I thought I was doing myself a favor, but when things didn't work out between Dark Horse and I at that time, I haven't worked for him since, but just at that time, I won't really get into the nitty gritty, but let's just say that the stories you may have heard about not getting paid on time from Dark Horse are very true. And I think it was, you're supposed to get a check 30 days after you turned in a full job, which, if it's a 20 some odd page job and it takes you a month to do, that's 30 days. And then you got to wait another 30 days. It's, I don't know if they have other deals with other people, or if those people can just afford to let the money come in when it does. But that was one of the problems. But the other one was the deadlines were going to be extremely tight, and I felt like I was being pushed on it, so I just pushed back. And during this time, I'd been offered to ink Kelly Jones over Dark Joker the Wild. So that kind of helped make my decision to get off one job and go to one that, number one, I would get paid when I turned in pages, and it's set up for an 8-year run of Batman work with Kelly and Doug, which was a lot of fun.
Well, Jared's here. He says, great looking Barda.
What? Daniel Partouche. Dan, I did not finish the books yet. It's calm down. I told you, you'll get them next week. It's only 4 remarks and some signatures, man. I did, Dan, I got you on my rate list as if anybody gets a sketch cover from me and they need a CGC guy. I told them that I use One Stop Comic Shop, which is you. So if you want to plug your business, feel free. I think Dan was maybe just messing with me about finishing those books because it is only 4.
I think he was too. He said laugh out loud. But he
Yeah,
said,
I know.
Sorry, Zek sets a high bar. He says he loves you. Your plug is all he needed, and he's unplugged.
Dan, I'm warming up for your remarks. See? That's what's going on here. I'm warming up.
Get some quality remarks.
Actually, when I do get the chance, if ever, I think I will do some sketch covers. And, you know, Dan and I have discussed this again. Let him submit them for grading.
Mm-hmm.
See what they come back as, and then see what we can sell them for. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. What do you say, Ron?
I think Dan's a good guy, definitely. He needs a whip emoji.
Everybody needs a whip emoji. Right?
Right.
Okay. I think this one is looking done, except I need to just get out the watercolors and and then paint it up. No, I'm taking, let me see. Let me look at it on the screen. That helps me. Dan does need a whip emoji. Okay, 10 likes on Facebook. I like that. And the yard sale artist comes in. What's up, yard man? Did you see your brother come in?
I did. I said it earlier. Then you ignored him and went to Dan.
No, because I looked and I saw Dan. I thought you said something about Jared, but I wasn't sure it was that Jared. I thought it was the Subway Jared, which they're kind of similar, but
Great. Now he's gonna have a complex.
they're well. One of them could at least lose weight.
I am sorry. Oh, we just lost a viewer.
Come on, Jared had to love that.
He's been losing a lot of weight.
He has?
Yeah.
Between his ears? Oh, that's an old joke. Isn't it? Do you know that joke, Ron?
I don't know that joke.
I mean, that's basically it. It's like when people say, like, yeah, I've lost weight or something, and you're like, where? Between your ears?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning their brain, you know.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Jared said, eat fresh.
Yeah.
ALD.
See? He ran with it. I love it.
ALD said he got the Vader Jared did for him. He absolutely loves it. And Jared's glad he digs it.
All right. So this Bardet will get erased and signed when it's, there's a few little places. But other than that, there you go. Only an hour and a half. Let me set this aside someplace safely. And I'm gonna pimp my profile of Nightcrawler out because we got more people. It's available $35. This was pre-done. If anybody is interested, if they're a Nightcrawler fan, X-Men fan, looking for something that they don't have to necessarily wait on for even an hour, here's a nice Nightcrawler. If not, well, hey, I know somebody that's going to get a Nightcrawler for their collection.
Jared called dibs.
Okay, that'll be $35 to my PayPal. Friends and family, please, because you are my son. Okay. What do I have up? A man thing?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay. That's not going to take long.
Yeah, Mike wants to know if he's up. He's on a conference call. And I am telling him he is up. We're
Did you
muted.
like the sarcasm in my voice when I said that's not going to take long?
Oh, man, I was really hoping you were serious.
Well, yes. If I had my circle template that my brother or your brother Jared stole, man, I'm still scanning around the room going, where did I put that? You know what? Let me take a quick break to stretch my legs because I'm going to check one of my two backpacks and see if maybe I took it with me when I went home and did, like that nice Dr. Doom that Chris got.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe. not looking good, kid. Not looking good. Man.
A tin can.
If Jared would show me a bright blue circle template and say, "Oh, you mean this one?" I would freak out and I'd say, like, "How is he getting my templates?" I'm just taking a quick look again. And you know, it's also good that an old man like me stretches legs. In fact, I found this. I'm gonna tease with it, Ron. Now, if you're attached to it, you let me know, okay?
I'm attached to it. That better not be my Captain America.
Oh no. That's at home. This is something I was working on, but I gave you one before, but I did this one down here. You can make soup out of it.
Oh, okay.
I actually really like this one, but if there's someone in the audience that might want to grab it, what are your feelings on that? And I don't mean my Nightcrawler.
I have no feelings on your Nightcrawler. Hey, Jared wants you to know his circle grid is green.
Yeah, but I thought he may have stole my new one too, just to be mean.
I am sure he came over in the night.
Gerald's kind of a mean fellow. Man, where could that thing go? I'm looking like in places it shouldn't be, so to speak, but places it could be, just because. I mean, there's only, there's only so many places I would actually like have it out to use.
See, he knows. He said he drove 7 hours to steal your one thing. It is definitely worth it. He totally stole it. Yeah, okay. He did.
So, I still got my audience.
No, they're gone. All of them.
Oh, man.
You got 20 still going.
Okay, well, that might be enough. You'll remember this. I did this. I don't think I offered it for sale. But there are fans out there, and a little Raphael. Full face. Anybody, interested? I could sell this, right, Ron?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that kind of sounded like you were hurt.
It's all right. It's all right. Someone's gonna buy up that fantastic art.
Your voice cracked. Hey, there's Jacob.
That's because I'm talking to Beta Bro.
Jacob says you got that right. An old guy like you. Hey,
good
Jacob.
For him. He's so quick.
He is.
He's probably the smartest guy in this room right now.
I love that little guy, man. All right, so I just wanted to let y'all see a quick Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle because I know there's a lot of fans. And I did this a few weeks back. So just in case somebody wants a turtle, this one's available. It's done. That means you're not going to... No.
Jacob.
No, that was his friend
Mike.
Michael.
Yeah.
But I thought I had my thing turned off where it wouldn't...
Surprise. Okay. Expect 7 more calls.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. I finally just had to... Jacob can call me, but I have to text him and tell me, hey, Jacob, call me. All right. Iron Man. Yay. See, this one, I don't need my pre-drawn proportional head because it's really not gonna do much good for me. Uh-oh. Up. The yard sale artist saw something he liked. I think he just stole something.
He was serious on that Nightcrawler.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
I said it. It's all right. Just ignore me too. Ignore
No,
your children.
I was digging. I was digging over in the closet. See, he feels guilty about stealing my template.
No,
Now
we're texting about the complexes you're giving us.
about what?
Yeah, no, he was serious. I have his address.
That's good because I don't. I was just going to send it to the yard sale artists, Alabama, USA. And I know they could find him by just that alone. Isn't that scary?
That will go straight to him. Yes.
Yeah, you just put the yard sale artist, Alabama. USA.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's like
like Santa.
It's
the post office knows where to take it.
Yeah. Well, but there are those few people that if you just put a name in a state or something, mail will get to them. I can't remember like Santa Claus.
Yeah, like Santa.
North Pole. It'll get there. Jacob knows. He's even got a return letter back from Santa.
Well, Jared, put your template up on eBay for $150.
Oh my God.
Legendary John Beatty used template.
Well, Jared, I want to say thank you. This is a really nice Nightcrawler. I liked it. Don't go coloring it though, because I'm not sure some of the marker lines here won't bleed. See, I know Jared was thinking he could
photocopy it and color it.
Well,
he said his brother is gonna love it.
Which one?
Jason.
Oh, I thought he meant you.
Oh. That was me. Just an address.
Oh, okay.
I'm still putting him on the spreadsheet, though.
Yes, put him on the spreadsheet.
I am putting him on the spreadsheet.
That way he can... he can whatever. See, Jared has been making so much bank on those sketch pages that he can afford.
Oh yeah, 2,000 Princess Brides to do.
Yeah, right. Now I'm going to go into my little spiel.
His hands are blisters.
Is that what he said?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe he said my hands are blistered. See, Jared knows that he can frame that and put it on a wall in his house. and when he's got company over, they're going to stop and go, "Hey, that's really interesting. What is that?" And he's going to say, "Well, that's John Beatty's Nightcrawler." And they're going to go, "Well, isn't that interesting? Tell me more."
You are a good salesman, sir.
Yeah. Tell me more about it. You put you don't have to go fancy. You can buy at Michael's a 6x8 frame. So that they already fit, It's a very good. It's a very good pickup for the price. I'm just gonna put that in a cheap, flexible envelope. I'm gonna mail it like a postcard.
Well, he says he has to move 2 book pages to get one of yours, but it's a steal.
No, just 1.5.
Formerly Rod likes those Princess Brides he's done. He says they're awesome.
Order a set, Rod. Wouldn't that be funny to
How
just?
many were there though? 20 or something he did of the Princess Bride alone? 22?
Jared will correct me. It started as 17, but then the person added a couple more or something.
Yeah, so formerly Rod, get 20 some Princess Bride.
And
18.
There is a discount for volume, so keep that in mind. Don't forget your discount. Ron, if you start yawning like Zablo.
Huh?
Although, see, Zablo was also on the visual, you know? He would like make the expression. You know, this was before we found out you could pin people.
Yeah.
Back in the original day. These need to be a little further apart.
To be fair, it was like 8 p.m.
What's that?
It was like 8 p.m. though.
Yeah, but see, that was like me too. Is, you know, when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 3:30, 8 p.m. is bedtime, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
You get me here at 8 p.m., I'm gonna be yawning too. I'm gonna let you know right now.
It's looking good. I shouldn't laugh, should I? Uh-oh. I just got something from Robin Hood on my Occidental Petroleum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if it's nice or not. Let's take a look at my
See
little.
what your stock did.
Yeah, it's been dropping big time. Every time I open it, oh wait, we went up a little bit now. All right, it's at 1346. What was today's high? High was 1350. So it was. Oh, wait a minute. It just seemed to move a penny.
And just to clarify, he's talking about his one stock that he got for free. All right, he's not Mr. Wall Street over here.
No, I know.
He's trying to learn with one free stock on an
No,
app.
I'm just trying to hope that stock gets to $50 so I can sell it.
Just sit on it. Oh, Jared says Zablo gets sleepy after Matlock is over.
Oh,
I'd be sleepy 10 minutes into Matlock.
okay. So why am I singing the Monsters thing? That is the Monsters, wasn't it? No, it was not the Monsters. Whew. Had to catch myself there. I was not singing or humming. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can make this pretty. This is for Mike's, was it nephew?
11-year-old. Just got into comics.
Let's see if we can't doll this up and give the kid a nice start. You said 11 o'clock, right, Ron?
Shoot for midnight.
All right. I mean, you are off this week. Well, you think you're off.
I'm off till the phone rings.
That's what I mean. You think you're off.
No, I got coverage.
Oh, you do?
I'll just have to take phone calls because they won't know who to call.
And then you'll just say, here's who you call.
I will say that, but then I'll say, but you're here. How can I help you? And it will stop, hopefully, the forward calls.
You're a good guy. I would want you to be my person in charge because I know you're responsible. Unlike, well, I'm not going to say because I don't know names. And I don't want to name people that I don't know. I don't even want to name people that I do know. I just know from, my experience with you that you actually do care about your patients. No matter if they're the ones that don't do what you listen to, you still try to work with them until they just give up and don't listen at all. Then it's, there's nothing you can do.
Speaking of nothing I can do, Jared says, never disparage the good name of Matlock, sir, which is nothing I could do. I'm gonna walk all over that. I think I'm guilty of watching a little bit of that as a kid.
That was Andy Griffith, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, Andy Griffith was my favorite TV show for the longest time. I still love it. I still love that show. In fact, they have all the seasons on Netflix, right?
I don't know.
I think they do. Is anybody replaying Miami Vice? Like, is Netflix got that or not? I would like to go back and rewatch that show and see if it's so dated that I would not be able to stand watching it anymore. But I'll tell you this, at the time it came out, boy, that show was really, the edits, the music, the way they put it together. Gotta admit.
Ferrari.
Yep. Gotta admit, it really raised the bar on a lot of things. Like what a TV show could be.
All right, John, let me ask you. Are you up to 2 more front-facing sketches for tonight?
What are they?
Kang the Conqueror and Airwalker.
Who the Conqueror?
Kang.
Kang?
K-A-N-G.
Okay, I know who that is. And who's the other one? The
Airwalker.
I don't know who that is.
I'll send you a
I should just do this every day.
Jared knows who the Airwalker Commission is from.
Oh, did he refer someone? Do I need to send him a referral fee?
Apparently. Now, Jared says Michael Mann directed the premiere and a few other episodes. He went on to make some very good films. This is when we were talking about
Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, he's kind of cool looking.
Yeah.
Now, is that fire behind him or is that some sort of wings?
Fire, it looked like to me.
Yeah, I think it is fire. Yeah, I could so it's him and Kang.
Kang, yeah.
Well, it may not be today or tonight, but Gerald says, and Gerald just rolls off the tongue so easy. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute. I got something from Delta Airlines. Why does my Delta Airlines send me a flight that says, "We're in this together"? Your update from ED. That'll sink in. Oh, Ed. That's what it was. Did everyone miss that joke? Or was it just not funny?
I think I missed it then, unless you were talking about like erectile dysfunction, ED. I mean,
yeah, but it said, an update from ED or something.
Oh,
so I was kind of trying to make a little clever joke. I think Ron's going to pass out on me, and I'm going to have to bring Gerald in.
You might.
Yeah, but then he'll undercut my business.
That's just a chance you're going to have to take.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Kang. I am familiar with him. I don't think they used him as much as, he's one of those characters that probably doesn't get used as much as, I don't say as he should have, but I think I actually, now that I'm working on this, I remember him from maybe Iron Man or the Avengers. So yes, who's asking about those?
Hyperperon's Atomic Vision. He's in the chat.
Is he on YouTube?
He's the one that's getting the $500 referral fee to Jared.
$500 or $5?
Oh, there's no period in that. Jared doesn't play.
well, I can't give him more than what I'm getting.
Hey, that's not his problem.
Well, it is if I don't take them, right?
Hey, Mike Airing says, John, could you give a shout out to my nephew, Noah? It's the one you're drawing this for.
All right, Noah. I am working on a Iron Man for you, buddy, and I hope you like it. Glad to know that you're the next generation of a comic fan getting started. I believe it's your uncle is doing a nice thing for you. And I appreciate him doing it very much.
Would you have any tips to share with Noah about getting into drawing and comic characters?
Oh, what is he, 12?
11.
11. Do what most people do at your age, and that's copy the characters you like. Go ahead and copy the drawings. You can learn a lot from that. And as you get older, you need to study drawing on your own and learn what you're drawing. But for right now, copying is fine. When you get older, not so good. You need to learn to, learn and draw on your own. But for right now, feel free to, take your favorite comic character, whoever drew it, and copy it and see how close you can come. That's what I used to do. I used to take whole pages, lettering and everything, and try to make them as close as possible to what I saw on the printed page. And it's frustrating, but I stuck with it. If I had yard sale artists in here, he could play dad rap for us.
Man, he could just freestyle for us.
Oh, wow. That would be groovy.
Well, Mike Ehring said thanks. He's significantly older, and he's still trying to copy.
Well, copying is a good thing to learn, I mean, to learn, not to do on a regular basis unless you're doing a master study of something you like, trying to figure out why that particular artist did what they did. That's why you want to copy, but just copying somebody's work and not, not for any reason except to copy it or sell it or whatever. That's not good. But anyway, copying is the way we all start when we're young. I got to admit, my little guy had some drawings done. I meant to take them off the coffee table because sometimes he'll go back and wreck them. But they were like, he folded the paper in half. He drew like a yelling face with some blood on it. Sounds like Jacob, right, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
And then he folded it in half, and he had the top of the head, and then he drew like the bottom, that the face was just like closed mouth. And he had 3 of them done, and they were really good. And I meant to put those in my bedroom today so he wouldn't go back and maybe decide he was going to add anything to them, but I didn't. Dad rap will grow on you if you listen to it enough. I can't get Ron to say yes to that.
No, it's all right. He does good with it.
It's all right. You don't have to force it.
I'm not forcing it.
It's not for everybody.
I mean, it's no cradle of filth, but
I think he needs to recut it.
Cut a new track.
Yeah. Update it. Get some, I'm sure Joe November has like upped his game in production since that was, originally done. I think they need to give Jared's vocals a little more depth,
Mm-hmm.
which can all be done with machines now. Right?
Now the machines are taking our jobs.
Well, I mean, Jared's still got to lay down the hot track.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
But I mean, the machine can take it and add extra depth and richness to the voice. Oh boy. I thought Jared was calling me for a minute. I thought he was going to tell me. Is he still here?
Yeah.
All right. Jared, we're just messing with you, bro. It's what we do.
He spits hot fire, man. I mean, this is the 5 best rappers of all time. 1, sale artist. Yard sale artist. YSA.
There you go. YSA.
2, yard sale artist. 3, yard sale artist. 4, Control V. I mean, yard sale artist.
MC yards. MC YSA.
Jacob goes, every best dad in the world. 1, John. 2, John. 3, John.
Look at my little man.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, buddy. I love you.
He says, no problem, loves you too. Jared's
Jacob?
proud to be writing material for Jacob.
Jacob, did you ride your bike today or not?
He said Bella still has a really bad headache.
Ron, she won't talk to you, but she probably can hear you. She's got this headache that I thought was a temporal headache. She's had it for a while. Throbbing. It comes and goes. Any I don't think it could be a migraine because I don't think she's sensitive to light. But what do I know? Had a better idea for this around his neck when I did that. Didn't like the feathering. Want to keep it a little more metallic looking. So do you have any thoughts, Ron, or would you need to hear from Bella herself?
Yeah, I'd want to talk to her.
I told her, I said, talk to Ron. He might, she's like, no. I'm like, well, you're telling me you got a really bad headache. And then 10 minutes later, she's like, yeah, it still hurts, but it's just not as bad.
Well, Shannon said, that is a nice shell head.
Well, thank you, Shannon. Shannon, you got that. I never heard back from you, but I'm assuming that the last piece of art you got from me arrived okay. I'm trying to remember what that was. Maybe I did write Shannon and ask him. But I think if he didn't get it, I would have heard. I would have heard about it by now. So I will assume that he received it. I hear someone sketching.
That's probably your neighbors. Yeah, he got it. Thank you.
I can't remember. What was it, Shannon? I'm drawing a blank.
No, you're drawing an Iron Man.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember what it was that I did for Shannon the last time. That's bugging me. It's on that list, I think.
It's not. I looked.
No, it is. Or no, maybe it's not on that one. Wait, I'm going to guess. It was like an oddball character, kind of, I think.
Oh, he said it. I'll let you guess, though.
Okay, I'm not looking at the chat because am I right, though? It's not something I do very often, right?
Correct.
Boy, I'm drawing a blank.
It is the character where the Dibs rule all began.
Oh, a scarecrow.
Nope. You're close. That wasn't the one.
Wow. It's a Batman villain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
That was a nice one.
And Shannon got a Mr. Freeze. You guessed it. With a lot of hints.
A lot of hints.
A lot of hints.
Yep. I did like that one. There was some ink wash and some white out and some white paint and
Genome says the Art Deco Freeze rocked.
that's what he was calling it, I believe. That's right. I remember that now. Oh, these people with their young memories. Wah, wah, wah. Ron, what are you drawing?
Oh, same thing I've been working on.
Oh, okay. You got that reference out?
I finished that arm like 5 minutes after you sent me that.
And
Oh,
you said,
nice.
what's nice?
Jared was texting me pictures.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Misbehaving at work.
That makes me think.
You okay?
Who, me?
Uh,
I'm fine. For now.
all right, just don't want you to think too hard. Get hurt. Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, 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 wah. Gotta make sure that's dry. So who do we have? Who's still hanging in for the
Well, Genome's here.
genome? He's still quarantined, I think. Indeed. Indeed I did, sir.
See, now Jared's taking care of you. He said he was going to live stream drawing it, but when he came on to stream, he saw that you were streaming and he did not want to step on your toes.
He was gonna live stream drawing what?
He did a Daniel Craig Bond. My favorite Bond. AG is still digging that clown. He just got another frame. He's just got to get another frame when he can leave the house without the hazmat suit. Genome is at home working, getting plenty of honeydew projects done.
Nice. Well, Jared, you can feel free to stream all you want, man. Everyone else is. It's too hard to figure out a time these days. At 12 o'clock, I think there was, I don't know. I got inundated with about 6 or 7 streams that I follow. Now, granted, all of them weren't comic book artists, but some of them were. So people will watch what they're going to watch. I do appreciate the thought, but
Well, Barbarian is here. He's present and accounted for.
all right.
Genome even got so bored that he went and did some beginner's landscape painting tutorial. He must have been suffering from isolation judgment. And when you do go to sign that one, Mike said if you want to sign it to Noah. I asked him if he wanted it signed to Noah.
Sign to Noah. Okay, you're going to have to maybe remind me.
I will. Ooh, Genome, shots fired. He said, heck, I was so bored once I even watched one of Jared's live streams.
Oh. That's so wrong.
There's going to be the battle of the streams going on.
That's so wrong. I like it, but it's so wrong. Because I just like mixing it up a little bit.
You just like pitting people against each other.
No.
Fess up.
I like the I don't know what to call it. So like a thing Zablo and I have. We have this like, you know, what's the correct who can get in like an insult that, you know, it's not meant to hurt, but it's a good one.
I don't know. Zingers?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. And then Zablo and I will always congratulate the other person for like, well done, you know. Like that was a good one. But I guess, you know, knowing somebody that long, you kind of have that relationship where you get where they're coming from. Where Genome doesn't have that with Jared, you know. But he did buy a piece of art from Jared. But that doesn't entitle him.
Jibe?
Huh?
Genome said jibe. Is that maybe one of the words?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I'm just making it up as I go, as per usual. You know what I think, Ron? I think I will invite Jared on to work on his drawing. I don't think that'll offend anybody, right?
I don't think so.
Is it going to offend you, Ron?
Not at all. I could use a break.
Well, let's see. Jared, you want to come on? I'm just going to send him an invite. There, it is now sent. We have 19 people watching, 11 likes. That's not bad. And I don't know what's doing on now see Jared can come into the room and jab at Genome. Actually, they did a nice interview on Genome's channel.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's out the window.
Oh, he's not able to.
Oh, sure. What's the excuse?
He's got some parental duties. I said duty.
Yeah, duty. Well, then, when he saw me on, he
watched. Yep, he just came in the chat and says, "Oh man, I have to bail now."
Who's got to bail?
Jared.
Oh, he just wanted the invite. Now he can bail. See, there's another classic little dig. Doesn't mean anything. It's just fun. Because if I really believed it, I wouldn't have said it. I would have just kept it to myself.
He says he's finally got that invite.
That's right.
Later, Jared. Have a good day, buddy.
Later, Jared. Take care of those kids. Tell Johanna I said hello. And mucho burrito.
Mucho burrito.
His wife loves burritos, just like
you
me.
love burritos.
Huh?
Oh, you just said just like you. I was saying you like burritos.
Yeah. No, like one of the first times I heard her was I think she was hungry or something, and she was telling Jared, she's like, "Oh, I'd love a burrito or something." I said, "That sounds great." I said, I love burritos too." And so I began to know her as the burrito lady. But then I found out it was only really that one night that she, that she was craving that burrito that much. The other nights, she craves Big J.
Oh boy.
That's Big Jared.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Oh, okay. There must have been something else I didn't see in the room because I'm not looking at the chat.
No, you didn't miss anything. I was just thinking dangerous.
Don't think dangerous because it was harmless.
Oh.
I did not mean that any other way than Jared. Although him and I apparently share the same moniker, Big J, because remember when Zablo said, "Hey, Big J," and Jared said, "Yeah, what's up?"
That's right.
And I mean, he didn't miss a beat, and he just took over. That was great. I love that.
I forgot about that.
Actually, I think with this one, I can sign over here in this area so I don't forget, and then let it continue to dry before I erase. So it should be safe. And then Noah can watch me sign it to him, which would be a good thing. Or at least I'm supposing it would be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I was a kid, I'd like to see it.
Oh, for sure.
I'd like to see a drawing I'm going to get in the mail being signed to me. If I was 11 or 12 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Someone needs to answer their phone in their office.
Tell them to sketch a little lighter while they're at it.
Well,
We don't need
I
to
didn't
hear
want to
about
mention that
Rebel.
because I think that's Jared sketching.
He is a hard worker. I'm not surprised we couldn't hear him sketching from there. Genome says back in the late 70s, JB was known locally as Big John Studd until the wrestler stole his gimmick.
That's right. And then I had to put a hurting on that man. So maybe I'm not sure about the Facebook audience. I haven't. I see that there's 27 likes and thumbs ups, but I have no idea if there's anybody even still remotely watching on Facebook. Probably not, because everybody is streaming onto Facebook now. But I thought I would give it a go. But I think my other plan that I have might be a better alternative. It'll be a new alternative, right, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen anybody do it yet. So I need to, I need to work that. I need to innovate again. Who was YouTubing when no one was? Me.
That's right. You were.
Well,
Now,
kind of. There were some people, but
I'm going dark for 5 minutes.
uh-oh. Dark Ron.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right. All right. We are looking at an Iron Man. Got a little smudge here, but I'm going to erase the whole thing later. But just for now. All right. Let me. Few finer lines. I got to do the little nose shine here. Make sure that's all dry. And whoop, there we go. All right. Thank you, Mike. And now I'm going to sign it to Noah. All right. There you are, Noah. I hope you like it. And now let's see, we're going to check in on Big Barda. And I want let's see, do I have one in this drawer? I should have, but man, where is that circle template? I couldn't. Ellipses, those don't help me, but at least they're there. Gonna get out, not my soft eraser, but my harder one. And I'm going to go grab, because I think it's over on my other desk, my brush for erasers. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Noah. I'm glad that you love it, and I'm sure you'll get it in the mail sometime next week, and I hope that you really appreciate your uncle for doing that for you. And happy collecting. Good to have you on the team, buddy. Okay, I'm looking for an eraser brush, and I just saw two. There they are. Walked right by them. So that I can erase the crumbs into my lap. Sad but true. That's what this thing does. Hello, Robert Smith. How are you doing today, sir? Well, I hope. Now I can go back over with this one. And I see I picked off a little bit of ink. So I'm just going to dab that back. Must have erased extremely hard there. Where are you at these days, Rob? Traveling around or staying in? I imagine your travels have been kind of put on hold. I'm not broadcasting on a regular schedule, Rob. I probably should be, but you know, day-to-day changes have, and it shouldn't stop me. I should just, make a plan. And if it changes, it changes. It's out of my control right now. Luckily, I can still get down to my office and back. So that's not a problem. It's just been a matter of I'm the only driver in my house. So when things need to get bought and picked up, it's up to me. And so I have to be conscious of timing, being home. I do miss my family, so I need to also at least be around the house so they can see that I'm there. I literally could probably come down here and work right now during this time, many hours. But again, like I said, with the family, it's tough.
Well, he said gig stopped. He's stopped. He's been working like crazy and ramping up live broadcasts himself.
Yeah, and like I said, that I've seen more people start streaming than ever before. And my friend Jared was in here, and he said when he was going to stream, but when he saw me streaming, he decided not to because he doesn't want to step on any toes. And I told him, I said, that's going to kind of be hard to do right now because there's so many people streaming. You just got to do it. People bounce around, that's just the way it is. I mean, if I let everybody that was streaming, if I would wait, I would probably never stream. So I can't really, I just have to set a time or a date and a time and do it. That's what Ron and I did for this. Ron, the other voice you heard, he's
scheduled.
It was like, okay, let's do this. And I said, all right, I will let you know definitely Friday morning. So when I woke up this morning, I was feeling good. And I said, all right, we're good to go.
Came at me like a ball of energy.
I did, didn't I?
You did. I was like, what's wrong?
Yeah, I really got a good night's sleep last night. Even with Jacob in the bed, he didn't nudge me out or anything. Little guy, if you're listening, you're a great nudger. I don't know how that little guy nudges me like almost out of the bed. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so.
Well, he had a good idea. He said, do what the Adams do and have the whole family in the studio.
That wouldn't work.
He just left Dana Martin's stream. Tons of musicians are streaming.
That's a whole different, the Adams family is like, that's their business. My wife would go crazy having to just sit down here and she's not interested, I guess, is the best thing. Jacob would love it, but he's only 7 and I can't put him on. Jacob would be a great sidekick. Don't you think, Ron?
I'm just keeping his chair warm.
I like that. I'm just taking a quick 449. Look what I'm drinking, Ron. I had to pick these up.
Do what you got to do.
Well, they were less expensive than the Monster energy drinks. And they may not be as bad as the Monster energy drinks, right? Tough to say. That's a real coin toss there.
Toss up, yeah.
I'll tell you what, CVS doesn't. They don't. You know, I could have went over to the Wawa, but I didn't want to get really banged up too bad on buying some Tylenol, right? So I figured I'd go to one of the drugstores, and since I didn't want to cross the street and then try to get back across, I'm like, oh, CVS, but it wasn't the easiest. You know, I don't know, probably would have spent the same anywhere, but what can I tell you? Okay, so we got a man thing up next. Is that the way we're?
Yep. I put them in order. So Man Thing is next.
All right, let me look at some reference here. I know kind of how he looks, but always helps to have a little extra help.
Well, Mike Gehring said, cheers. He drinks a Coke Zero or Diet Coke every day. Too much of it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I should not be drinking this at all. I should be back to my diet that let me lose 55 pounds within 5 months or so. I cut out nearly everything and I felt great. And right now, not so much. I'm quarantined and it's tough. I know that's an excuse, but what can I tell you?
Well, Rob says after years of folks asking him to do a political podcast, he's going to go ahead with a stream of his political cartoons and views, and he thinks that he should invite Zablo. Smiley face.
That is pretty funny, actually. All right, I'm just I'm just checking some quick tweets.
Well, Barbarian says his wife works at CVS. Their everything is expensive.
Oh, really? I just, you know, there's a Walgreens across the street. There's like a CVS on one side. Across the street, there's a Walgreens, and right next to Walgreens, there's a Wawa. So for me, the decision was just purely not having to cross traffic and fight it back, because the corner I'm on is really it's a tough one. I'm sending you a quick text, Ron.
All right. Now, Rob says, nice little bit of trivia information here. Man Thing, the only Florida born and raised big name comic book character.
There you go. And so I just wanted you to see that. When I got that, I was kind of like, really? I don't know. It just.
You texted me.
Yeah. Not WhatsApp, but a text.
Yeah.
That didn't come from me. It's copied and came from me. If that makes any more sense.
Okay.
I didn't write it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Thank you.
Nah, it finally
it was so out of context.
Well, yeah, I like I said, I just copied. I didn't want to say anything.
Yep.
Just letting you know that. That it amused me. Now, is there anything else with this Swamp Thing? Is this a twofer?
Man Thing is a twofer. He has
Because Urban bought
that one, and then Doctor Strange for his friend, Mr. G. Garel.
yeah. That's what I thought. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know we had a drama queen, but I think you already knew that. Did you copy me? Ron.
Yes. Man Thing is rather dramatic. But he's a Florida man.
No. I'm just saying we got a drama queen. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
I think that was the words to that song. Well, Genome said that everyone knows that Man Thing, Swamp Thing, the Lizard Man, they all live out there on the 520.
Along with Bigfoot and Sasquatch. Actually, Rob, if you're still in the audience, this is only the second time I know like people I didn't kind of know. So interesting to note. I swear I just don't seem to have luck. Maybe it's
So, to interrupt real fast, though.
yeah, good.
Rob says, and I just noticed this right before he texted because I flipped back and forth. The connection dropped for another good 5-10 seconds. So when I flipped over to YouTube, it was just spinning. But you and I were still, we did not freeze or lose connection once. There was no actual question, Rob. He was just talking about the people that have purchased from him today are his basic stable of YouTube people. No one really came over from Facebook.
In other words, trying to broaden that gap of audience didn't you know, there's. I'm just trying to, normally I will stream on Periscope, which is Twitter, and YouTube. But I figured, hey, let me try, because a lot of people have been going on Facebook. Let me try Facebook. Maybe I'm missing some of my audience there that don't know. And some people have left comments and came in and said hello, and that's fine. But from a standpoint of orders, nothing from Facebook. Fake friends. Right, Ron?
That is right.
That's just a joke, people.
I get your political jokes.
Well, it's actually a play on everything, because
It is.
you know how people say it's like, how can you really have a friend that you don't even know on Facebook? It's like, oh, we're friends now on Facebook. It's
I
like,
have 2 million friends.
yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it just seemed like the right thing to say at the right time.
Rob says it takes time. Make a schedule and it will spread. The algorithms work that way. What program are you using to connect to YouTube and Facebook?
StreamYard, but I'm getting rid of it at the end of this month. Well, the first. It's costing me $25 a month, and I'm probably not going to be live streaming much. And if I am, I'll just go to one platform and do it for free.
Well, Mike says it's really fun, especially for Noah, but he's got to bounce. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Noah. Glad you could stop in. Appreciate it very much. Have a good night. Well, that was nice of Mike to get his little cousin,
Nephew.
or nephew. Yeah, I always do that. I even call well, they are my nephews. I call them cousins sometimes. I get that whole family thing mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Bella gets frustrated because, from where she's at, it's like almost everybody's a nephew or a cousin or something. And she knows the difference. And I'll be like, well, my cousins. And she'll be like, you mean your nephews? And I said, yeah, whatever. You know who I'm talking about. But it is kind of humorous that, I don't know. I can't keep it.
Can't get it right.
Yeah, I can't. It's like, it's kind of humorous to me. I make you laugh. I'm humorous.
Am I a clown?
Am I a clown? You think I'm funny?
Well, just really confuse everyone and call them your grandsons, as Rob suggests.
Actually, that would probably be easier. People think I'm Jacob's grandfather anyway. That hasn't happened to me in a while. I think it's because Jacob's older, and when we're out, he's calling me dad. Until somebody hears him say dad and they think he says granddad, and then they'll say, oh, nice little grandson you got there. That's never happened yet. That's what I'm saying. When it does happen. Yeah, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, and it gives Bella a good laugh. She loves it.
Now, Rob wants to know if that's the same train in the background.
If that's the what?
The same train in the background.
It is the train. Trane. Actually, I don't know if it's that brand, but it is the air conditioner. And my Yeti mic will pick up just about anything. Right, Ron?
It's a very good mic. Rob said, that's right, you're in your studio. He hopes to visit there one day.
Well, I was going to say the doors are open, but they're not. You got to have a fob to get in or call me and I have to come down and let you in. The doors are open. Oh, wait. No, they're not. But you know what I mean. Just come in your hazmat suit. Because I don't know where you've been.
It's like the line out of Fight Club.
Is it?
When Brad Pitt's character, Tyler or whatever, is shaking his blood off
Tyler
his face
Durden.
off the club owner saying, you don't know where I've been.
That's right.
That was a good movie.
You know, I saw it once in the theater and I never revisited it, but I should because I remember, you know, once you learn like what's going on, it's really kind of. I didn't see that coming at all. Did you?
No. Hunter says he needs to jump. He's got to go teach his kids for a bit. It's been a fun way to spend Friday afternoon. He'll be back for the next one.
All right, Hunter. Appreciate it.
Rob wants to wait until the hysteria is over. He wants to explore that historic structure too.
Hysteria. Come on now. We got people dying. I was a little bit sitting on the fence, but I think it's something, you know, something we need to address now while we still can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for, and I gotta admit, and Rob, you know this from me, I was never a big believer in like until Rob actually set me correct on this about the man-made global warming. I never really like bought into that. And then Rob had mentioned Florida being so many degrees hotter, than before. And I said, well, how can that be? And he said, well, all these structures and stuff we're building, we're cutting down a lot of trees, which make Florida cooler. And now it's hotter because of that. So I truly believe now that there are some things we're doing that, because I've actually heard and I've seen pictures from California at how much clearer their skies are. It's amazing.
Since they've all been locked up.
Yes.
Yes, I've seen that around the globe actually.
Chris Doe had not been out for like a couple of weeks, and he went out for a grocery run and he took a picture, and the sky was beautiful. You could see blue in it and all this nice sun and stuff. It wasn't all foggy. And I don't know if that was his intent. He just took a picture of the road, but with light traffic on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I took it as, wow, look at that sky. But no, Rob's the one that like told me about the all the trees being cut down, and I went, really? It's that can affect that? He goes, yeah. I was like, I trust what Rob says as far as that, because he's all over Florida. He would know.
Well, Barbarian says, look into HARP if you want to get freaked up or freaked out for our future.
Look into what?
HARP.
What's that?
I guess you're gonna have to Google it.
Oh, I'm not freaked out. I'm just it's kind of amazing that just a few weeks of people taking a break has cleared things up that much. Maybe it's not a bad thing. I mean, I know it takes a pandemic to make it happen, but that's the downside. I don't know. I just think some people get maybe a little carried away with it. Because I know that the earth has withstood a lot of things, and like the natural, when the burns happen, not the ones that they can trace back to any, like a cigarette or whatever, just the ones that start. Like the ones we had here in the Daytona Beach area back in the 90s. Everything's grown back. It's just as green. It's just as lush. It's amazing. When I first moved back here, there was like all this dead area, but now it's all grown back up. So it didn't burn down and not, regrow, even though the trees were burnt. They didn't have to go plant trees to come back. They just did. Same thing happens in California when they have those fires. It grows back. At least I assume it does, right? I haven't heard of it not growing back.
Well, Shannon's got to step out. He says he's got to tend to the family. Have a good one.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. I see what Rob's right.
No, he is right. Our roads make it hot.
Yeah, no, that's Rob, like I said, he's the one that told me about that. He said, "Hey, cutting down all the trees is raising the temperature." And I'm like, come on, it can't be that. He goes, "No, it's true." He cited me some facts because he, like I said, he's a well-traveled man in Florida. So I was like, well, I stand corrected, sir. Because I know he's been up and down Florida, sideways, backwards, about any place you can go in Florida, he's been. Did you get that, Nat? Or did you snap a pencil?
I didn't snap anything.
I heard like a slap or a snap.
Not me. Oh, another call. Be back in a minute.
All right. That's right, Rob. You get along with the swamp creatures, man. They'll take care of you when you need it. If you need it. Hopefully you won't, but if you ever get out in the swamp and you're lost and you see Swampy or Man Thing, you're gonna be okay. Although, what is it? He who ever knows fear burns at the is it the touch of Man Thing? Isn't that his tagline? High Altitude Research Project. Okay, I have no idea what that even is, but okay. Handlebar mustache. A Jim Ivy. He's wearing a Jim Ivy mustache, maybe. Hello, Grindle fan. Well, I would, but I'm not adding color to these, so. So it will be just black and white. Let's see, what time is it? 5:23. Wow. It's getting later every time I look at my clock. Wah, wah, wah. I know, lame joke, right? Understood. Hey, Keel, or is it Kyle? Welcome. That's right, Rob. That is true, so true. Kyle. Okay. Yep, I thought it was Kyle. I said Keel the first time, but I meant to say Kyle.
Now, are you wanting to save the recordings of these?
Yeah,
And this one you're looking at, we're having to restart.
yeah.
Kyle-
Do what now?
Kyle says he's been called worse. Neil Adams loved giving him grief for it.
For his name?
Yeah. And Rob said, yes, save it.
Well, it saves 4 hours. Anything over 4, it won't. I have to restart this. I just have to log off and log back on. I think I got to create a new broadcast, though, to get on both platforms. But I'm not sure Facebook is really, not sure it's being any, what's the right word, Rod? Any benefit to me?
Yeah.
And yes, I know it takes time, but
We ain't got time.
all I got is time right now. But we will see. Ain't got no home or no place to roam.
Well, Rob says he knew this before, but he's still surprised at the amount of people more and more coming and interacting during his HabaDB live drawings. Been about a month since he started doing those regularly.
Yep. I understand it takes time. I'm very clear on that. Crystal clear. I'm not expecting 5,000 viewers or even 500 or 50. I'm happy to get any with the amount of streaming going on. So that's all I'm saying is that, man, I can't even keep up with everyone that I like to follow these days because I got my own stuff I got to do. So I've got a backlog of stuff that I would like to watch, but no time. No time, amigo.
Cal says, no time for love, Dr. Jones.
That's right. I've got a watercolor course I bought that I'm dying to watch. I don't even have time for. And that would actually wind up helping me. I'm gonna say, hey, Dr. Kaz never. I was really thinking about that female Galactus for fun for him. I guess I waited too long. I didn't give him a. Of course, with him, you never know if he's serious or not, but that seems like something he would say, yeah, do it, you know? If I get a chance, I should just do one and put it in his package, Ron, when I get his other stuff done.
No, I think he was just thinking of the character at the time you were doing. He just
Oh.
didn't know Barda kind of had a Galactus-like feel, and it was female. Okay. So he just thought, what are you doing, Miss Galactus?
Oh, I got you.
That's how I read it.
Yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, it does, because her headdress and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Genome says, on an inking note, we reviewed Kirby's Machine Man last night, and I found Royer's inks to be the very best thing about the book.
Oh, Royer is a great guy. I did a panel with him last year and saw him at a few shows, and he explained on how he got to be Jack's inker and stuff, and how at first he was just this young kid that lived around where Kirby was and found out, and he went over and Jack gave him some pencils and he started inking them, and then Jack kind of hired him to ink as Jack. And then, if I remember the story correctly, hopefully I did. And then Jack basically told the companies, this is the kid I want inking my work. And I think he was very true. I love Sennett over Kirby. Sennett and Royer are my favorite. Because not only were they true to Jack's pencils, but they also brought a little something out in them, little something unique. A lot of they maintained that power, but they also had a nice, I want to say delicate, because Sennett could get that nice thin line next to a bold line for contrast, and he would, for the lack of a better term, he could pretty up Kirby's girls, make them a little more attractive. Not to slight Kirby, because that man was producing pages. So I just think it's great when you see Kirby pages and it looks like he sharpened his pencil at the beginning of the day and never sharpened it again. Because you see some pages where there's just a blunt pencil, man, but that line is put down with power and with confidence. It's like, that's the line right there. I got no doubt that's the line I want.
Well, Justin Foose is here. He says, hi, John.
Hey, Justin. How are you? Adam, how are you doing? So I am getting some people from Facebook now, but maybe it's about that time. Maybe it's Facebook time. Maybe the evening is Facebook time, Ron.
Well, Justin says he's very well, thanks.
Good to hear. All right. What do you think of Swamp Thing?
Man Thing looks real nice.
Yeah, I always do that, Yeah. Swamp Thing. What do you think of Swamp Thing? Well, I don't think nothing of him right now, but that Man Thing you're working on sure is good.
ALD says, wow, looks like a lot of line work went into this guy.
Yeah, but it's just loose and flowing. You just kind of take the brush marker and scribble around and try to find the shapes and connect them a little bit. It's a fun thing. It's I wouldn't want to do it on a monthly basis, to tell the truth, but somebody did all those years ago. And somebody did mention about putting red in the eyes, and let's see. I probably could.
Barbarian said he's loving it.
This is for a Barbarian, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give Barbarian a little touch of love and put red in the eyes if he wants it. I'll give him a few seconds while I'm preparing to do so. I don't think he'll say no, but you never know. He could.
Well, next up is Doctor Strange.
Yes. Did he say anything about the red eyes yet?
He just did. He said, "Have at it."
All right. And this is going to put us at close to the 4-hour mark, right, Ron?
Yep. Time to restart.
What'd you say?
It'd be time to restart.
Oh, I thought you said, and I'm getting tired.
And I'm getting tired. I'm out of here.
Okay, so should we start this and then take like a 10-minute break and start right back up, or 10, 15-minute break?
Yeah.
Because I could use the restroom. How many do I have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. Doctor Strange, Batman Beyond, Kang the Conqueror, Airwalker.
Okay. So we will say goodbye for like 15 minutes. And I'm trying to think if we should just come back to YouTube or come back to Facebook and YouTube or whatever.
Probably just YouTube.
That's what I'm thinking. All right, so we are going to cut out everybody. Rob's saying a 6 p.m. start. That sounds perfect. But it'll only be on YouTube, Rob. So we will say goodbye for right now and be back at 6 or shortly thereafter. So thank you all for hanging in for the first 4 hours. And I might have another 4 hours in me till 10. I could do that. Thanks, Barbarian. All right, everybody, if we don't see you on the next one, thanks for dropping by this one. Before you leave, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on my YouTube channel. I appreciate it very much. Thank you and see you soon. Very soon.